Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Shadow Cruise 277 BHS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration. Your awning, we'll run that out shortly. See how much room you're going to need for that to come in and out. And of course your slide. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out unhindered, and leave yourself a nice walking path. Because the next thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. You're going to need to get past this slide to your rear. Power and water are right next to each other. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities. It's going to be at the rear of your off-camp side or your driver's side of your tow vehicle. Once you arrive, after you unhook your hitch, first thing you do is level your unit. Have a power tongue jack with a night docking light. Simply retract or extend to bring up. I do recommend getting a stick on level. Bring your slide in, find the middle, put the stick on level there. Have someone watch that while you bring that up and down and get it level. Now, should you lose power, under this rubber stopper here is a manual override that your hand crank will bring up and down, so you can get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery posts, check your terminals, make sure those haven't wiggled loose going down the road. And once you've got your unit level, next thing you can do is stabilize it. All four corners of your unit, stabilizing jacks. 3/4 inch hand crank here. You can bring these down with a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend when you get to the bottom you slow down, because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. I recommend stabilizing jack pads. They're going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris. Hot blacktop in the summer, better distribute the weight and keep these from sinking into the ground. Pick up a 4-pack of those from our store with your 10% off coupon. Lay them down and run these down just until they're taut. Once you receive any kind of resistance on your hand crank, you know you're down far enough. Again, they're stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. You already got your unit level and stable. We can go ahead and hook up our power and water. You can, once you got this level and stable, go ahead and run your slide out. I had it already out for descriptive reasons. Back of your unit here, your spray port, city water, and black tank flush. At the campsite, we're hooking up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water in here. Hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's find your hot water heater. So coming around to the end of your unit here is your hot water heater. All we're doing at this point is making sure, this should lift right off here, it does. Making sure our drain plug's back in. Get your rod back in there. Plumber's tape is preferred. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there, you know you go ahead and turn on your water. After your water's been on a little while, go inside and open up your taps. Once your taps are open and water's running through them, no more air in the lines, you can go ahead and turn on your hot water heater inside. You do have an electric element out right here. The only time you ever want to turn this on is if you're hooked up to 110. Leave this off if hooked up to 30 amp. There's resets. If your hot water heater doesn't seem like it's working, come out here and look to see if these are bubbled up. Press them back in. Got our water hooked up there. Let's go ahead and hook up our power. 30 amp service. These go in at a left angle and then twist to the right. Put on your black washer. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need it, plug in at home is a 30 to 110 adapter. That comes in your convenience pack. So let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go dry docking. Boondocking. All the way over here on your campsite is your potable water. No need for a water pressure regulator. Simply fill this up with a hose. 2 ways to tell when it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here, or 2 on the inside where you check the levels of your tanks. That'll tell you when this is full. Your freshwater button. Just remember, when you're using potable water or fresh water is when you're going to want to turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when you're using city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp. Power, water, level and stable. All opened up. Let's go ahead and walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. Also out here you do have a couple 110s. These are access to the back of your fridge. A vent for your microwave. This is a flue for your furnace. If you run your furnace, steer clear of that. It'll get rather warm. Your big pass-through storage. You hit your work over there. Lighting for in here. A hand crank for your stabilizing jacks or your power tongue jack. Let's take the cover off your propane here. Propane is on a regulator, simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using, lefty loosey to open. You have night lights here for docking. It is prepped for solar. You can go ahead and hook up a solar panel here and that will trickle charge your batteries. So you have an extra gray dump up here. And then your black and gray dumps back here. You want to mention on your slides, wonder what this is for. This helps your flap flip over. Speaking of your flap or seal, the way to add longevity to the life of these is to keep them pliable. They actually have a spray that you can spray on these. Back here, satellite and cable, your power. A spray port, there's a blue hose that'll hook in there. City water connect, black tank flush. We'll talk about that when leaving the campsite and dumping our black tanks. Around the rear of the unit, your spare tire hot water heater. Prep for a Furyon backup camera. And that about covers everything out here except your kitchen. Simply lift and pull that out. Been tough one-handed here. Get that out. Get in there. There we go. So quick connect there. Quick connect on. Here it is. There's your hose. Pull that down. Plug that in. Already connected up in there. Unhook these. Make sure to hook this down for travel. And your electric fridge. Make sure you lock this for travel. That about covers everything on the outside. Let's go take a look inside your unit. Get up the stairs. First thing I like to point out to everyone coming inside the unit is where the fire extinguisher is. Make sure that you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway in case of an emergency. On the floor down here in the entry doorway is your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12-volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you're out boondocking, you have nothing plugged in charging your batteries, go ahead and disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down. There's a thermostat on the wall here. Let's go right to air. Turn the temperature down on that. Try to get the AC to kick on in here. Alright, we'll shut the AC off. Oops, go all the way back on it off. Shut that off. Now I'm going to go back in. Turn on your furnace as you hear that running. There your furnace just kicked on. Shut that off. You'll notice the furnace fan will take a little bit longer to shut off than the AC does. Around the corner here, there's your AC with quick dumps, your smoke alarm, your bunk area. Come around here to this control panel. So here's where you check your levels. There's your brand new battery. There's the freshwater button I told you can hold down to tell when your potable water is full. Black and gray tanks. Over here's where you turn on your water pump when you're using potable water. Here's where you turn on your water heater when hooked up to gas. There's cabin lights, more cabin lights, a porch light, and your front cap light. On the extend and slide. I'm going to open your door here. We're going to run that awning out. Just hit extend. And out it goes. So you notice the bottom is white, the top is gray. So I'm only going to want to run this out till you see that white flap. That flap hits 90 degrees and you can see your brown bar, you know you're out far enough. It will extend past that. Bring that back in. That will continue to extend, so watch it as you take it out. While I'm bringing that in, talk about your Furyon sound system. AM, FM, Bluetooth, DVD, CD player. Check the awning. That's back in. Close the door back up. Turn stereo on. So dual zoned. One being indoors. I don't know if we can pick up anything. We're inside the building right now. We'll give it a shot scanning.
They were reading each
so one is indoors.
On thoughts like this because they were really cool.
2 is outdoors. Oops, I'm sitting around buttons here. 1 is indoors, 2 is out. 2 is indoors. It's just the opposite on this one. 1 is outdoors. Entertainment down here. Let's go ahead and turn your TV on. There's also a remote for the Furyon sound system. There's your TV working. Shut that off. See if you have a digital channel enhance. Yes. So right here, where your cable goes in, there's a little light, little red light, and a button to put on the other side of the cable to put it in. Before you run your digital channels scan at the park, go ahead and make sure that red light's on. That's a digital channel enhancer. It'll allow you to pick up more channels. Automatic fridge, shut that off, turn it on. Pushed all the way in means auto. Auto means when you're plugged in, you're on electricity, which we are now. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Or you lift this up, and that'll be strictly on gas. If this check light comes on, you have no gas. Self-explanatory microwave. You have a light and a fan above your cooktop here. This glass top makes an excellent backsplash. Go ahead and click your lights on. You notice you'll go from blue to that light. Hit your spark and there's your flame. Same thing on your oven. Just turn it to the flame. Spark it here. That'll light it down there. No need for a pilot light anymore. And then just set it to the desired temperature. Got a 110 up here with GFCI reset. A lot of individual touch lighting. Your bedroom. I'll make sure you got a little bit of storage here. Prepped for a TV. Mounting bracket behind this wall. Cable 110 up here. A hand crank open. Power exhaust vent. Individual reading lights. Drawers there. When you travel, make sure that you have this bungeed back. Keep that door from flopping around. You know your tabletop will lift off. Turn the slide on here. Will lift off, pull them legs out. Set the tabletop on this brown wood trim all the way around. Put your back cushions on top. That gives you a bed. Over here, there's a lady. Over here we have armrests with USB ports and lights. Or lift this up, fold it down into a bed. Fold that back up. We're gonna dump low point drains. Actually, those ones look like they'd be better accessible from the other side. Let me show you where those are. So once you come out, come up to the front, right up underneath the fresh water here. Using potable water, dump that one. If you're using city water, please dump those. Oh, one last dump. Your hot water heater. Low point drains and hot water heater. So come up here, just lift up on this pressure release valve. It's gonna dump hot water out of here. Once you're done, click that back or your door won't go back on. And then you can go ahead and pull your drain plug. That door will set right back in and those nipples there. Make sure you put your door back on. Unhook your cable, hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. Now at the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be, the main one is going to be all the way at the rear. You do have a 10-foot long hose. We do have bigger, stronger, longer ones where you could hook up a Y, but you're going to want to dump back here first because you want to start with your black. Hook up your hose, hook up at the dump station, pull your black handle, the one on the right. That's going to be all your wastewater. Once that sounds like it's no longer draining, keep that handle open. Again with your water pressure regulator, hook that up to your tank flush. Put the hose at the dump station. Go ahead and let that hose run for a good 5 minutes. Wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. Shut that hose off, close that black handle, pull that gray handle. That's going to be cleaner water. It's your sinks and your showers. Now clean out your hose for you. Unhook it, bring it up here, hook up to this extra gray tank, dump that. That's going to be cleaner waters again. Your sewage hose will be cleaner. Then you're going to conveniently take your sewage hose and store it right inside your bumper. Nice sanitary place for it. And pack up and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Shadow Cruiser for many years to come. Happy camping.